you to do is start reading this passage for me, okay? And just take your time and read how you would normally read, okay? And then when you get to a certain point, I'm going to ask you to stop. And then I want you to go ahead and just reread it to yourself and then read the whole entire passage, okay? So, let me help you again. So, you're just gonna just read normally, okay? I'm gonna tell you to stop at a certain point, and then you just reread it to yourself so you make sure you fully understand it, okay? And then I'm just gonna ask you 10 questions, 10 very easy questions, okay? You just answer to the best of your ability, all right? Okay, you can begin.
I want to fly. Jerry, looking at the sky, promised himself, I'm going to fly someday. Jerry, a 10-year-old boy from a small town in Iowa, had dreamed of flying since he was a little boy. He wasn't just going to fly in an airplane, he was going to fly like a hawk. He spent many hours watching hawks fly. They made it look so easy. With their powerful wings they built of speed, then they would glide. It was beautiful and breathtaking watching them ride the air currents. I am going to fly. As he climbed to the top of the cliff, his imagination was far ahead of him, telling him how shiny it would be.
Okay, you can pause. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and reread this starting from the beginning. Just read it to yourself silently and let me know when you're done so I can ask you some questions, okay? So can you just retell the story to me, just most basic parts of the story, most important parts of the story?
Well, Jerry was a 10-year-old boy from a small town from Iowa, and he always wanted to fly like he wanted to fly like he always saw hawks fly, gliding in the air, and it was a dream because he woke up and his parents was next to him in the hospital bed, and he had a tonsil operation, and he was gonna miss school for 2 or 3 weeks. But the main point was that he wanted to always fly. And he felt that in his dream that he was really flying.
How do you remember him being in the story?
Wait, how old? 10 years old.
And who did you say came to visit him?
His parents.
Where do you think that hawk feather came from?
Maybe he always kept it. Maybe he found out on the ground or something.
Explain what the word landscape means in this sentence. Jerry saw the landscape below him.
While he was flying, he saw the land, and he couldn't believe it because he was flying over the land.
Okay. So you did really good on that passage. And so since you did really good on that passage, I need to give you a passage that's a little bit harder, okay? So I'm going to have you do the same thing. You just read. I'll tell you when to stop. And then you can start over and read to yourself silently, okay? And then I'll ask you 10 more questions, all right?